Hello and welcome to our today's SEEBURGER live webcast, and a warm welcome on our topic where we'll have an update on the Hungary VAT-Reporting, so-called now. Before we start with the presentation, just a few infos. As usual, we will record the webcast and we will provide you tomorrow with an email where you will have a download link to our exclusive landing page with all necessary and important information related to invoicing, and as well you will find the documents to download. You're invited today to address all your questions to our speaker. Please use therefore the question and answer box you find at the right hand side in the panel. And you can type in all your questions coming up during this webcast, or maybe you have already questions, please type them in. And we will discuss and answer the questions at the end after the presentation. And also a hint related to questions is our SEEBURGER community. There you have the possibility to address all your questions 7 days, 24 hours the day to our experts there, and you will receive closing time and answer to your question. We've prepared a brief survey, and we would be really grateful if you take the 3 seconds to answer those 3 questions. I'm really happy to introduce you to our today's speaker. My colleague Andreas Killinger is sitting here beside me. He has prepared all important facts and figures related to the NAV update, and for all of you now a really interesting webcast, and I hand over to you, Andreas.
Thank you very much, Ines. Yeah, and good afternoon also from my side. My name is Andreas Killinger here. I am at SEEBURGER product manager for E-Invoicing solutions and also for SAP solutions. I have a mixed job in this case. And before I start, yes, a little bit apologize in advance in this chat or in this webcast. There are new customers in it, and therefore I must provide or show the entire solution. What means I will start from the beginning. What is a little bit introduction or solution overview, and latest at point number 3, I will tell you a little bit the update for Hungary 1.1. So in this case, please be patient a little bit, 10 or 15 minutes, and maybe you have already heard what from past sessions from my side or from my colleague Gerrit Onken. Yes, it is so because of new customers, and thank you for your patience. Okay, introduction. Main drivers of E-Invoicing and VAT-Reporting. And let's start with A. Everybody remember maybe on the 2014 on the special from the European government, special notice what mean that governments or everybody should try to remove the paper invoices and should transmit it in a digital form. This was the EU Directive 2014/55, it is a good solution, and a lot of countries followed or is currently going to do the digital version for this, like a portal or like anything else. It's independent now of Hungary. So what means by end of next year, latest the rule is that all the governments in the EU, in the community, must be ready to receive electronic invoices instead of paperwork, and for sure by a special date everybody has to send it. So this is number 1, and this is one of the first E-Invoicing drivers. They are national regulations. So what means clearance? I will go later a little bit with clearance. Maybe you have already heard this word. This is the magic word anymore. This is everybody knows it, that or many people knows it, that the government enforce rules to be in the boat. What means anybody who sends an invoice or e-text, invoice or e-text, format, document, whatever, the government would like to be informed. You can see it currently, at Italy for sure. It's Hungary as well. the next slide, or Mexico, all these countries would like to be in the boat in different kind of ways. Is this in parallel, like Hungary, or is this straight first? Is the government the first information and he sent it to the invoice recipient? This is different, and I will explain too who is using clearance and how the way will be in a simplified figure in this case. So invoice receiver it's a of, I would say on the left side, what I mean cost savings for number C, it's a part for invoice issuer and invoice receiver. So it's not just a question of cost. Everybody is telling me, oh, this costs a lot of money, a solution like Hungary or Italy, let it be in general for e-invoicing. It is for sure some costs are behind, but if you think about when you work with it with human resource, so what means the invoice issuer creates an e-invoicing, printed it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, bring it to the post office, then comes the transfer to the invoice receiver. Here you have to bring it out from the envelope and then type it in the ERP system. It's a lot of work. Yeah, on the invoice issuer, in thought, or maybe have to pay about €6 for this, and the invoice receiver has to in thought maybe €11. It's different. It depends on how many invoices going out and or better invoice receiver receives, depending on the figure, on the amount of account of how many invoices goes from left to right or from right to left. So altogether, these are main drivers of the invoicing. What means, reduce paper, go to digital format, and have a better overview. Okay. This is a gap statistic. Why I use here? It's easy to describe. I try to figure what is coming up the next year. Who will do VAT reporting? Which country will do invoicing or e-VAT reporting? And then I check the gap list in the world, and then think about, okay, who can be in the boat actually? For sure, Italy. They have 36 billion of gap tax, or tax gap, and the next one is coming out is UK, 1st of April, or for some people 1st of October. They have a tax gap of 22 billion euro. Normally Great British Pound, but it's the exchange. This is okay. So and then I check a little bit. Czechia, Poland, Litauen, Scandinavia, Romania, France. They have actually also big VAT gaps, and they would like to close it. So from my perspective, it will be all the countries. What is median green line will for sure soon ask for tax or VAT reporting. However, its name, and you know it from Spain, it was already 2 years ago. What is coming up? Norway, all these countries will come, and for sure maybe not Luxembourg or anything like that, but orientation for me, this slide, and SEEBURGER and myself, we need to be prepared what for solution is needed in the world, and to be prepared. Like Poland, for example, is also one where we are already on the way to figure out a solution. But this is just an example. It's independent of Hungary. Why Hungary? It's not crinkled here. Normally Hungary, it's actually done, I don't know, since last year, and in August, or better in July, and for me actually it's a solution, it's finished, but now start with a new solution in Hungary, and I will explain a little bit later. Be patient. So daily search for new information. It's also funny. Who actually able to check the internet 3 days before Sylvester or New Year's Eve? So was it, for example, in Hungary. But they posted the new format of end of the year, close between Christmas and New Year Eve. And what Hungary normally do is they use it, and the data is an older picture here, an older slide, but it's just an example. Between the English version and the Hungary version, there are 6 weeks partly, or 5 weeks, or 7 weeks. It's different. So what mean they posted first in Hungarian language, and then some weeks later, it comes in the English version. In my language, in German, can be months between. So for me, what I have to do, this is not just Hungary, this is also Italy. I have to go to the original language in it and take the Google Translator for it and bring it in a readable language format for me in order to understand what happened in the countries. So this is just an example. I mentioned clearance before in this main driver, in the invoice driver, in the main drivers of the GAAP or tax things in the world. And what is it now? Once again, we decide between post audit and clearance. Post audit is it's an audit, it's a control. Maybe it's not mandatory. It's an audit. It could be years later. So, but blue is getting less and orange is getting more. You see it, for example, Italy, on Hungary last year, and then we will have Greece, for example, next. The orange is getting more, and clearance means the government would like to be in the boat, would like to be involved of any kind of invoices, what is going out from any kind of ERP system. So it's a real-time control, but this real-time control can be different in each country. There is a lot of different kind of figures. Latin America is different. Hungary is different. Portugal is different. But you see it here on Hungary, Spain, and Portugal. How was it? If anybody on the left side pressed on the invoice button in the ERP system, it can go straight, for example, to your business partner on the right side. But in parallel, this is really what I mean also for you, for Hungary, it should be. It is in parallel, but also to the same time. They expect no difference between orange and the blue line. If you send it to your partner, the government would like to know it immediately as well. Another one is clearance Latin America. This will be Mexico, this will be Brazil, Colombia, Peru, all these countries. They have a big loop, and it makes us a lot of consulting work because you send it out in point number one, and any kind of state or state agent check it. It's okay, do any number on the paper or print code or QR code, doesn't matter. It's coming back, it's clear maybe, and then the supplier may now send it out to invoice issuer, to the buyer, invoice it to the buyer, and this is number 3. And then the buyer need to reconfirm this also from the state or state agent. And if this one is done, then you can pay the money. So, and what is in addition, for example, to Mexico, there is not only alone the invoice, there is also the payments also must be sent to the state agent as well. How is it, for example, in Italy? This is the picture, but Italy would be number 1 and number 5 because the government in Italy sends the receiving invoices to the final destination. In this case, you see there are a lot of different kind of clearance. Kind of clearance. How should I say? Procedures and. But this is not important. Important is that clearance means the government would like to be involved. So SEEBURGER decided in 4 kind of invoice variants. We have 2 times B2B. Once you go back post audit, there is a control time in the future or not. We will see B2B like Italy in the clearance procedure. What means the government would like to be involved immediately or temporary, it doesn't matter how. And but B2B and post audit will be less, and clearance is getting more. Then we have B2G, E-Invoicing. What means this is an invoice to the government. Therefore we name it B2G. And in this case, it's getting more via PayPal. For PayPal, we will have an extra webcast. This will also from my side, who will explain what is PayPal. This is in April. They go deeper, and PayPal involves a lot of B2G. By the end, today it's Hungary in the webcast. We name it B2T. VAT clearance, business to tax, and this is number 4 of our variants. How we split this at SEEBURGER side. Doesn't matter what you do or you decide when you start with Hungary or or with other solutions independent of the country solution, and you can buy the software for sure, and then you pay prices, but you don't have nobody who controls the transfer from the ERP system to the tax authority, for example, to your business partner. You have to do that. So what does it mean? I recommend to all our customers, please come to us with e-invoicing in the cloud, because it should be transmitted immediately. And if there is an error, we will see it immediately. We will have a ticket system, you know that, depending on your SA status. We check the BIS in this case, are there any errors? And yes, you see, we are here for Hungary. There is now a new conversion or now XML scheme or XSD scheme. We have to change this. We would change it if it's on managed service. We would change it in our system for you, and then there's nothing to do in this case. We have a support of 24/7. We will be there for you. We have a monitoring, checking the log, archiving. We're checking the conversion. You see, this is when you come to us in the cloud. You must not pay attention on your side. We will have, we must pay attention for you in this case. In some countries, for example, it's Fattura PA, and this is Italy. It is Mexico. It is Spain. Partly there is archiving, partly there is signaturing required. We have a partner for this. It's TrustWeaver. TrustWeaver is our partner for all these things, for archiving, for signature. TrustWeaver is compliant in more than 60 countries, and we will use it. It's in the service included. This way to archiving to TrustWeaver or for signature. Yes, we are work together. If you get a service from us, then TrustWeaver will be involved. In this case, TrustWeaver is in Sweden, also with the database in Sweden. Everything is here in Europe. So in this case, we can trust it, TrustWeaver in this case. So SEEBURGER is not on way just with Hungary. We have a lot of relevant standards already. It's just an extract already available. You see it in this case. You decide to do more than one country to do with SEEBURGER. Then you see we are ready for Spain, France, Italy, Hungary, Austria, UK, Germany, and also on the right side it's PEPAL. PEPAL covers currently 32 countries. You see it's really a big range, and for PEPAL, do you need an access? And SEEBURGER has an own access point. So what will be that will be a 100% fully service in this case. If you decided to take other countries as well, we can deliver this to other countries if it's PEPAL or with single solutions. As you can see on the left. This is the invoicing roadmap, and here you see there is a lot of things going the next year, and this is just till 2020, and I can imagine end of this year there will be 21 as well. And you see the timeline here a little bit. Spain first with B2D January 2018, and then in July last year there was an update. France had a lot of updates, and you could see it for Hungary. Their go live already was at July 2018. There is one now at 1st of May 2019, and the next one is 1st of January 2020. This is growing. This is getting more, and we try to be and check for our customer what is important for us to have a standard service, to be prepared if the time is ticking like Hungary, and in order to get you in go live mode, and then you can continue with send with invoices to your partners. You see, this is what we have to do. Greece is coming, Norway is coming up, France is done, but the number of the employee number, or the size of the employees, it's important for France. And yes, there is still a lot of things to do the next year, and expect at least the next 5 years there is for globally invoicing, there is really a lot of and also for you as a customer, not only for us as service provider or software provider in this case. So let's go to Hungary. Straight to Hungary. 2017 July, I think they started in Hungary. E-tax solution in this, the solution, to require the e-tax from an invoice to send it to them and to Hungary, to the tax authority. It was 1 year. They had time, we had time, customers had time. From the 1st of July 2017 up to the 1st of July 2018, we had 1 year to discover, to have the challenge to figure out actually what the government wants. And we were able really to have more than 50 projects or more than 50 customers of us to with successful proceeded projects. And unfortunately, they have an update now. So what was behind in the past? Penalties of 500,000 forint, what is about 1,600 euro. It could actually change this every day, but it could 1,500. Important is the forint if you will not charge from 1st of August 2018. Many people understand it a little bit. Go live was 1st of July, but the penalties was 1st of August. But the July in last year, it was not allowed to send an invoice actually in an older version. So what means that 1 more month's time to send invoice out, but not with the old version. So mandatory was invoices between taxpayers, domestic taxpayers, if there is more than 100,000 forint in it or more. So then they have to send invoices to the Hungarian government. You must still do it. This is for sure. And the law currently said there is not a must anymore. You can send everything actually. So what means I can imagine that soon you can cancel the 100,000 forint, and then you have to send all the invoices to the government. So invoice issues, the important is that latest after the 15 day or around about weeks after the service or the good has been delivered, you must send the invoice information first, to your partner. Second, to NAV, to the Hungarian Tax Administration. So you have 2 weeks time. And so what means in the second one on the left side, immediately after the invoice is created in this case, you must send it out. You cannot stop some ERP systems. They collect invoices, for example, if they have maybe 100 invoices, and then they will send it out. They don't like this in Hungary. They would like to have it immediately. So immediately is also a point when you come to us in the cloud. In this case, it's errored on the BIS side. We will be there for you. We expect this. This is one more point for a cloud solution. This on the right side, I think this is maybe not everybody's involved in this in printed predefined format like bills. You see it's the VAT amount between 100,500 million forint. Then you have 5 days time to bring it in a digital form. If it's more than 500,000, then you have just 24 hours. Yes, there are a lot of rules, and this is our solution, what we have, or what we provide, but where we can help. Important is point number 1 is your part. So what means you have to send us the data in any kind of format, or we will pick it up. It's also not a problem. It's an IDOC, it's an XML, it's a CSV file, it's a text file. Doesn't matter. We take what we get, and then receive it in this big blue box here. This will be SEEBURGER in this case. We're receiving it and do a conversion. We will also do if you have already BIS now that we are able to do a PDF creation. Will you can use it in this case. So receiving and conversion, this is double conversion. Typical SEEBURGER, we receive it in the format from your side. Then we will do CXML. From CXML goes straight to NAV XML. In between is the PDF visualization. Point number 2, communication service. What means we will send it in a web service format, web service call, sorry, we will send it to the NAV system. Yeah, we have 5 minutes time in order to send it to NAV, and then the gate is closed again. So in this 5 minutes, we have to transfer everything into NAV, because this is a token. What we in the first of we order a token, then we get this token, then we do it together with the communication with the NAV XML, includes in addition field from your side. It comes in the next slide, and then we will send it in this range of token. We will send it to NAV. They have a validation XML format. They will give us a feedback, positive or negative, and there is a transaction ID in it, and also in status. Is this positive? Is this negative? You can see it under or under the red white flag here in this case. So we will get it back in number 5, and then then comes the next decision. What should we do with certification? So we can have an after 0.6, we can have a new conversion for you, depending on ERP system. We can create a technical risk. We can also create an email and put the transaction ID with status in an email account. This is in this case point number 7 here. This is up to you. We can leave it like it is, because you have message tracking access. So you could get in, doesn't matter, are you in the cloud or you have your own software, you can see it in the message tracking. Even it's a technical view, it will be there. You can also see it, the incoming format, the translation format, the NAV XML, and the sending format. And I think it's available in this case. So by the final 8 and 9, it's still open. What can you do? In the service, cloud service is trustworthy archiving with included. It is not required like in Italy, but this is an option. You must not use it. You can use it. If you say, no, first we want it, why we should use it, I will not go to trustworthy archiving. We'll check enough XML. There is no signature. It's not important for us, but we must deliver this option all to our customer. Or alternative, we will send it in point number 9 to any kind of archiving on your ERP side. Is this a Windows folder, whatever. We are prepared for everything in this case. 6, 7, 8, and 9 is a decision by customer or you together with our consulting. Number 1 is your part, deliver us in this case the data. So you have to register on your side. We cannot register on this system in Hungary because then you have to create a technical user signature key and replacement key. You can put it in your own solution, or you can do it then if you have a cloud solution. SEEBURGER, then unfortunately we should have the information because we have to put it in the XML in order to start with the token process. So now comes the interesting part, why we are actually here. Changes for now. I told you already it was nice information. It was to be before Sylvester or New Year's Eve, depending on, and I was able to read this information. And unfortunately, I had vacation. This was the problem, and who was checking business things during the vacation, so I saw it in January 1st. The current version, we name it 1.0. Yeah, it was the first time. It doesn't matter how many versions we had in June and July. This is version 1.0, and it's just valid until end of April. Everything what is of May, they will not accept the 1.0 version anymore. I don't know what will happen. Is this in real? Say no, I don't accept. Is this a real crash? Cannot put it in the system anymore. We will see it, but doesn't matter what kind of error it is. It is not accepted or will not be accepted anymore. The 1.0 message at 1st of May. So now comes the funny things. Version 1.1 and 1.2 will work in parallel. So currently, that 1.2 is already available. It is not so. And let me just stop the presentation and let me go to the internet. This is not a secret. You see, we are now on the official homepage from Hungary. Currently, there is just a 1.1 version, and there is currently nothing mentioned, just in the home button, that there will be since middle of February a 1.2 version. So this will be funny. I have no idea. When 1.2, it's we have any technical information. Maybe there is anything in Hungary somewhere what we don't know. But doesn't matter. 1.1. If we change from 1.0 to 1.1, you are safe for the first time, and we'll see what is coming up. So, but one is for sure what they said. I was in a small call with Hungary by the end of the year, and it will be valid currently to 1st of January 2020. There will be a version 1.3, and so then will 1.1 and 1.2. It's not valid, will not work anymore, and then you have to change to 1.3. So it is a guess that that it will be so, but they said it. It's written in the newspaper. It was in the news. But once again, it is there is a year change between. There is Christmas between, and not sure is there maybe a postponement, maybe to middle of February next year for 1.1. I don't know it yet, but I will inform you in time what is coming up, and yeah, I will inform you. You will get a newsletter again, and then you are prepared, and we will actually see. So changes for NAV Hungary in 2019. What change will be in content to the invoice data reporting? Yeah, the first or the fourth big character is apply an exchange rate, compulsory of aggregation by VAT rates, quantity units stated on the invoice, close time. The most of the time costs actually now the ERP systems or you as a customer. What we have to do, we have to create a mapping, because the XML is a little bit more now, and but this is our part. Here once again, managed service, the XML is a little bit bigger like before, and we will check in the managed service case, and then we will put it in if you want to. So, but this is first, yeah, this is now a technical. Sorry, sometimes it's better to explain in the technical things. What they want is the exchange rate. Yeah, you see it currently, exchange rate, the field was not there before. And then you can put the currency code also in euro in. It's a little bit more like you can see here, but the important is that you have the exchange rate right now. Yeah, the data will be anywhere in your system, and as in SAP, I know there is a field exchange rate, and then you have to bring it over. What will be also forbidden is an older data type, older than 2010, January 1st. They don't want to have any data format with 2009 or older. And the same for the timestamp. Yeah, please have a filter on your ERP system that you will not send these data out anymore. I can't imagine there are not so many data types of less than 2000 or older than 2010, but nobody knows. This is what they say. So when they announce these kind of changes, then it seems to be there are older invoices as well. Yes, compulsory aggregation by VAT rates. The optional application of the aggregation by VAT will also become a compulsory data element. From May, 1st of May this year, the tax authority will only accept invoice XML documents in which this document is also provided. I mean this aggregation sign. The integration of these data seems to be entirely technical task based on our experience, but the SEEBURGER experience in this case, but I don't know what's on your customer side. The invoicing system we work with basically have already included this. That's what I have seen the last month. Element on invoices image to the XML. Yeah, however, we would like to draw attention to the fact that in the case of invoices are which the change does not concern the invoice lines, the aggregation by VAT rates will have to be included nonetheless. In the cases where this data was already part of the Excel previously, this does not require any changes or paying attention during the switch of version 1.1. So what means when you already sent it, then it's okay. But I don't know what is in the sending format from your side. They expect also a quantity units. You see it on the left side. I put left, false, and true here on one pages. You see a line expression. Okay, it was, but there is a line description, and was also there, but the quantity now is important. The unit of measure is very important, and and the unit price. So if you already sent it, then it's just a mapping from our side and adjust it. Okay, but I don't know what you sent before. And before I got the question, line description, must it be in the original language? I have to figure out, but I think it is not important currently for Hungary, the line description, because on the other hand, the receiver should actually read the line description. This is currently an open point for my last session, what I have to clarify first. Quantity unit stated on the invoice. Sorry. You see what they want, to part of quantity unit, they expect, you see it on the left side on this table here. You get later for sure these, the presentation, you can check it. If you have own things, there's not a problem. Then in the unit of measure, you should give you information, and you see on the right side how it looks like in this case. So let me just go out again. Let me go back to the internet page again. Here in this area, you can find everything what I explained right now. If you need more information in the online invoicing interface specification, it's everything written. We have oriented at this as well. And you see there is an update on February, and it's still not 1.2, what means for us that it's still valid, and we have to concentrate on the AI documentation, and you can find everything what is needed for your SN sender part. So let us continue. So before I change now, there will also be the notifications from Hungary will be a little bit easier, and we will for sure send this easier part also back to our customers in a mini format. And if there are more changes coming up, you will be informed. And I think I have one meter extra end of this month, and then if I have more information, I will let for sure you know. So for our SAP customers, we have a solution. The background is it is not so able to select the data from internet to our BIS and then continue to because in an SAP system you cannot use just the standard invoice IDOC, because the standard invoice IDOC comes out from an FD system, and Hungary needs data from FI module in SAP. So we decided to found a solution for our customer, what is able to select all the data what is required for enough, and we also created this solution for adjustments. I know there's coming Greece and a lot of countries coming up. So what means the solution is adjustable for the future for other countries. This is actually my goal. I'm the product manager, and if you need a presentation or a webcast just for this tool, then just let me know or contact your sales part. Yes, we would send and track time critical. You know, it's just 15 days, and then immediately to transfer, and then we will receive and control over the notification. And in this case, this tool should be quite flexible. It's the same like in parallel to e-document cockpit of from the SAP. So it looks like, let me just go out again, then you can see it, what I mean. Sometimes not so easy. Here is it. These are the test examples from NAF. What they actually want, what kind of processes there will be available for Hungary. And it's 2 times, it's 15, 3 times, but 1 to 15. It's the part of the slide here. We are able to use all these process in Smart eText solution, but you must activate it for sure. The solution has an own customizing, and you have to activate what you actually want to sending, what you like to send to Hungary. So it's a selection screen is not just a report and selecting data. Now it's a complete selection screen, typically SAP like it is, where you can find a selection for a year, for example, or document type. So it includes also a monitoring. So it looks like, sorry, it's in German. I see it right now, but doesn't matter. Yeah, and also we have it also in English. So you see, it's a mistake from my side. But let's take this. It's important here. This red time frame here. What means waiting on confirmation? It's sending on the solution, and this is also important. And yeah, we can. Yeah, this tool is not only for customer. It's for our SAP customer. In this case, there is now this behind. We can also send the XML data. Yeah, in another folder, for example, SAP has a folder, or you have a Windows folder. You can download it and can put it, for example, on a Windows folder, and your middleware system, for example, can pick it up and then continue. It's to enough. If you need a better presentation for this, then please come to me or come to your sales, and then we arrange a webcast, and then for sure it will be in English. So we done. Actually, just a little bit advertisement. This is for sure. Yeah, sorry, it is so. We are not doing enough Hungary. I told you that from the beginning. We have a lot of solutions. We have more than 150 projects just last year for Spain, Hungary, Italy. It's still growing. We have change coming from one provider to us, from other provider then to us. We have a lot of country solutions. We have different kind of, like on-premise, cloud, or hybrid. We try to do our best the next years to help our customers for E-Invoicing, for VAT-Reporting, and also any kind of ERP system. It's doesn't hurt us. We help you with the connectivity to our BIS solution, transfer to the tax governments, everything what is behind. And we are not only on way with E-Invoicing. Maybe some new customers in it. It's just a small piece of the big cake here. We have a lot of other solutions: MFT, API, B2B, IoT, ERB, all these magic words in the world. We are familiar with all these things, and if there's new customers think, oh, they just can Hungary. No, we don't know the things we are able to do this as well. And on the left side, a little bit of summary. This is also, my message to the customer: if bring a new country up, don't wait too long. Last year, with Italy, they came 2 weeks before Christmas and 1st of January. They would like to be finished. Then it doesn't work. This is then the problem. We need about 4 till 6 weeks preparation time for your customers. We are not sitting and wait. We try our best, but we have some time in advance. Nevertheless, for Hungary, we decided we have about 6 weeks. An Eastern session comes between. We will see that a handful of our consultants will help the customers as fast as possible. But 1st of May is not far away. So therefore, don't wait too long. Take contact to your sales or to our to your sales part straight. Otherwise, we have just an invoice sales. If you have your email address, please contact him. Then you get an update offering, and then sign it, and we can actually start. Exactly. Yeah, clearance system. It's getting more. You know that. What means post audit once again is getting less. Clearance is getting more. So you will all time have the government in the game, and then also every country have a special standard. The government. This is also a moment when a customer asks me, "Hey, it's just invoices." It is only just invoices. Every country has a little bit out of content. So we have an XML. This is nice, but it doesn't cover. It doesn't help us. So what in every country we have some different kind of specialties, and then we cannot say everything is the same. It's just invoice. Now it is so. I'm so sorry. So the last point: E-Invoicing, VAT-Reporting required flexible solution. We have the flexible solution. See, we must have it with Hungary right now, and and so will be also in the future. So I'm actually done, and it's a little bit longer than expected. and it's just Hungary.
Many thanks for providing us all those facts and figures on Hungary and the e-invoicing requirements. I will check the question answer box, and actually we have no question from the attendees.
Okay.
So at this point, I want to mention again, that we will repeat this webcast today in 2 weeks, Monday 25th. And maybe you have colleagues who can't join this webcast today. They ability then to hear all this information from first hand. And if you are invested in this webcast information, you can enter the SEEBURGER event calendar. And as well, we have tomorrow a live webcast related to the Making Tax Digital topic in UK. And all the information with respect to this webcast you find as well at our SEEBURGER event calendar, and you can also register from there. Now we are done, and I would like to thank you for joining this webcast today, for your attention, and for all of you, really, really nice afternoon, a good week, and take care and bye-bye.
Bye.